Is the term food noise being overused? We're going to listen to what a nutritionist has to say, and then I'm going to give you my 2 cents worth.
Is it just me, or are we overdoing it with the term food noise? It's everywhere. And even though I've heard of this term for a very long time, what really kicked it off, of course, is the rise and rapid surge of weight loss injections. And it's often used in their marketing campaigns and tactics to kind of connect and resonate with their potential customers. There are so many different ways that we can put it. I do think essentially food noise got so popular because it's, kind of like a euphemism for what food noise really means, which is obsessions, addictions, preoccupations, fixations. And, it kind of makes it sound a little less dramatic and dark and intense, and kind of normalizes it in a way. Like, I think food noise has really normalized in a way that can be comforting the anxiety that people feel around hunger and food choices in general. But there's other ways that we can refer to the anxiety, the eating anxiety people feel. We can call it chatter, we can call it confusion, we can call it clutter. Like, let's find a new term is what I'm trying to say.
Do I think that the word food noise is being overused and we now need additional terminology in order to have others understand what it is that they're going through? My first inclination is that the only people that throw this idea out are people who have never experienced food noise, because they are going simply based off of the descriptors, the definition, how people describe their food noise to them, specifically in the example of this person who's a nutritionist. They can't really wrap their head around it. Now, there are a few key elements about food noise that I would throw out for consideration. Firstly, the people who confuse food noise and legitimate hunger. I think that there is a transition period in which someone is on a GLP-1 journey, and there are challenges based on the individual where they may confuse food noise with normal, healthy hunger cues. And I think that it's safe to say that during that phase, people have to do some trial and error to kind of work through it. I know I did. But like I said, it was a phase. It was something to be worked through. And I have spoken with others who have been in a similar situation. So in that aspect, right, labeling natural, normal hunger cues as food noise can be problematic. And I could see that. The other thing is that I have seen, and I saw in the comments of this video, that some people who are extreme sufferers of various types of ED, they have challenges with words, both in general and specifically when it comes to talking about food noise. Because in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, they have an additional layer that they have to deal with. So for example, for somebody who is treating their obesity, right, their insulin resistance, they may experience food noise very much the way that Oprah described, taking the GLP-1, and then all of a sudden she had this mental clarity and she was able to, get rid of all of the obsessive thoughts about food, right? So that's kind of one aspect. But then when dealing with an ED, right, there's this additional layer of, is my brain deceiving me is this, my ED talking, and they have to do more to evaluate both their thought processes, their word choices, and their actions. And I think that that's understandable. So if you're in a situation as a professional like this nutritionist, and you're finding that in order to best help your patients who have an ED, that creating new terms to kind of branch out from food noise and better explain it for them as an individual, I think there's no problem with that. But I think if you want to just get rid of the word food noise and come up with 20 other terms that mean 20 other things, I think you're going to get pushback on that, because we finally have a word to describe what many of us have felt our entire lives. If you want to add to it, great. If you want to change it, I don't see that that's going to benefit very many people. You want to add to the words, you want to throw other words together with it, food confusion, food fusion, word salad, like you want to throw something out there, by all means, go for it. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, make up all the words you want, right? English language, perfect for that. You make up whatever you want to. But I don't think the goal should be to change what's already there. Having said that, I do understand, having kind of like those pet peeve things that people keep coming back to. Mine is everybody and their brother referring to every single GLP-1 as Ozempic. It's my little pet peeve. I have to deal with it all the time. Maybe as a nutritionist and a professional, you have to deal with people using the word food noise all the time as like a generalized term to describe what they're feeling, and maybe that annoys you. I get it. But at the same time, let's not make it more complicated. Like, we've got a word, we've got a definition for the word, it's getting accepted globally for that definition. Let's just keep rolling with that for a while before we go and make things more complicated. If you have an opinion on whether or not food noise is being overused, drop down in the comments section and let me know. If you're looking for a positive-only support group, I've got you covered. Link is in the description box below. Make sure you check out my other items that are listed that can help you on your GLP-1 journey. I also have a playlist for people who are new to GLP-1s. And as always, be kind, rewind.